Good morning, everyone, dear colleagues, dear students, and dear friends. It is with heartful gratitude that I welcome you to this opening roundtable of the Rovigo Piano Festival, organized within the framework of the Erasmus Blended Intensive Program. This roundtable inaugurates the festival, and I would like to thank each of you for your presence and for the generosity with which you agreed to share your experience. The Rovigo Piano Festival was born 3 years ago thanks to the vision of Roberto Proceda, who initiated the project and gave it its first international dimension through concerts and masterclasses. Since then, the festival has grown steadily, always welcoming distinguished guests from abroad and creating a vibrant dialogue with our students. What makes this edition unique, however, is that for the first time, institutions themselves are represented. We are no longer only hosting individual artists, but inviting academies to share their pedagogical identity and to engage in a collaborative reflection and dialogue on piano education in Europe. We are honored to host representatives from 6 distinguished institutions: the École Normale de Musique de Paris, Alfred Cortot, the Jazzepa Vitola Latvian Academy of Music, the Vytautas Magnus University Music Academy from Lithuania, the Island University of the Arts, the Conservatorio Joaquín Rodrigo of Valencia, and our own Conservatorio Francesco Venezia of Rovigo. Although the École Normale will not be present at this BIP in Rovigo, we are delighted to include them in this roundtable, following our recent visit to Paris. Their participation enriches our dialogue and strengthens the bridges we are building across Europe, so we hope to keep them engaged in our network in the future. The theme we have chosen, Piano Schools, Curricula, and Pedagogy, a European dialogue, reflects our conviction that music education is not simply a matter of transmitting skills, but of cultivating values, perspectives, and relationships. Across Europe, piano traditions have developed in diverse ways, shaped by history, culture, and pedagogy. Yet, despite these differences, we share a common aspiration: to nurture musicians who are not only technically accomplished, but also artistically independent, intellectually curious, and engaged humanly. In designing this festival, we aimed to create a space where pianists, students, and teachers feel at ease, are encouraged to listen to one another, to inspire each other, and to discover new points of view. Too often, our field is ruled by individualism and competitive dynamics. Here, instead, we place at the center of our project trust, respect, and listening. Talent should not divide, but bring people closer. Connections should not merely reinforce existing beliefs, but open us up to new horizons. This roundtable is therefore conceived as a moment of genuine dialogue. I'm going to ask each one of you to present the distinctive features of your piano curricula, while addressing the common challenges and opportunities that piano teaching is facing in our modern interconnected world. We are curious to know more about how internationalization is reshaping your teaching, how chamber music and contemporary repertoire are integrated into your programs, and how you support your students in building their careers in a rapidly changing world. We believe that these questions are not only academic, but deeply human. They touch upon the way we imagine the role of the pianist in society, the way we balance tradition and innovation, and the way we guide young musicians in their formative journey. The BIP, Rovigo Piano Festival, is built on the idea that music is more than performance. It is a workshop of sound, a living ecosystem where technical solutions, aesthetic themes, and artistic identities are crafted together. By bringing together institutions from Iceland, Latvia, Lithuania, Spain, France, and Italy, we are not simply hosting an academic collaboration. The diversity of our approaches is not a weakness, but wealth. It allows us to learn from each other, to question our assumptions, and to imagine new possibilities. As Yehudi Menuhin once said, music creates bridges between cultures, between people, between souls. This festival is our way of crossing those bridges. The three cross-cutting questions I invite you to address in your intervention and in ensuing discussions are the following. Curricula and identity. How does your institution's curriculum reflect its cultural and pedagogical identity? Internationalization and innovation. How do exchange, mobility programs, and digital tools enrich your teaching? How do you integrate chamber music, contemporary repertoire, or interdisciplinary perspectives? Career and values. How do you prepare students not only for professional success, but also for a meaningful artistic life? How do we balance technical excellence with creativity, resilience, and human connection? These questions are not meant to be answered definitively today. Rather, they are an invitation to share experience, to get inspired by others, and to discover common ground. Finally, let me express my gratitude once again to all of you for your presence and for your willingness to contribute. Let us begin, then, with openness and curiosity, confident that the bridges we build today will continue to support our students, our institutions, and our shared musical culture in the years to come. Finally, let me also convey the greetings of Maestro Stefano Romani, director of the Conservatorio Venezia di Rovigo. He warmly supports this festival and wishes that these days may strengthen the bonds among our institutions while offering students an experience of artistic and human growth. Thank you. So let's open this discussion and let's do this round in this way. We will start with École Normale de Musique in Paris. And we will start with Marc-Antoine Panjon and give him, this brief time so that he can expose us some of the issues we have opened. Thank you, Marc-Antoine.
Thank you very much, Sabrina. Thank you for inviting me. Good morning, everyone. Sorry, I won't be able to stay very long today because we have a lot of things to do in École Normale. Probably you have also, everyone. So I try to be brief, but Susanna maybe can testimony also of quite recent experience in École Normale and how she imagine things about the piano teaching. So I would like today to introduce the École Normale de Musique de Paris, Alfred Cortot, to you and to show how piano curriculum and institutional identity and our values shape the education we offer. I structured my presentation around three questions. How is our curriculum organized, and what does it say about who we are? How do internationalization and innovation shape our work? And finally, how do we prepare students not only for a career, but for a meaningful artistic life and a pedagogical life also? So about our curricula and identity, the École Normale de Musique was founded in 1999 by the pianist Alfred Cortot, you may know, who believed that a musician must be trained through artistic immersion, high-level mentorship, and constant stage experience. This philosophy still shapes the school identity today. The piano curriculum follows a clear progression through three programs: bachelor, 3 years, a foundational program focused on technical style, repertoire, chamber music, musicianship, and regular performance; master, 2 years, an advanced performance-oriented program for pianists who want to refine their artistry; and artist diploma, 1 or 2 years, the highest level program dedicated to pianists preparing for a professional concert career through intensive coaching, recital work, and artistic projects. All of this structure has been changed around maybe 4 years ago, because we used to have another system here in École Normale, which lasts since Alfred Cortot's creation. But considering the evolution of the musical education in the world, we thought it was time to change all of that and to be more clear and permit some exchange with an easier communication. Although the NMP École Normale de Paris is not part of the Bologna process yet, these programs are designed to be compatible with international standards, offering clarity and transparency for students and partners. The structure of our curriculum reflects several core elements of the school's identity. The central role of performance first. Students perform constantly in master classes, studio concerts, internal audition, and especially in the Salle Cortot, and which is an iconic Art Deco hall renewed for its acoustics. Our students can perform in this Salle Cortot almost every day at midday, and this concert of midi et demi, as we call them, are a real success each time, and lasts since many years. The individual mentorship is really important. Weekly one-to-one lessons are established every week with well-known artists and pedagogues, and it remains the art of our teaching. And a tradition of artistic independence. Students are encouraged to develop their personal musical voice, not just technical mastery. And it's very important things to do to respect the personality of our students, and of course the personality of our professors, who are all of them very well renowned and important artists. Our curriculum is therefore not only academic, it is deeply connected to a century-old artistic culture. About internationalization and innovation, our school is highly international. As you may know, students come from over 50 countries. We have around 70% of foreigners in our school from all over the world. And the faculty represents a wide range of piano traditions: French, Russian, German, Asian, and American style. This multicultural environment naturally encourages mobility, exchange, and cross-fertilization of ideas. Even without belonging to the Bologna process, we maintain strong collaboration through bilateral exchanges. visiting professors and international masterclasses, partnerships with festivals, competitions, and foreign institutions. And we are working a lot to develop all of that. We have partnerships recently with Montreal University, Tokyo College of Music, Shanghai Conservatory, and other plans are in process still. These exchanges allow students to compare pedagogical culture and build networks beyond France. About the chamber music and contemporary repertoire integration, of course, chamber music is really central in our programs. Every single student in École Normale is making chamber music at the moment of his scolarity, because it's really essential for listening, communication, and stylistic awareness and collaboration. And also, contemporary repertoire is included in all our programs and is really encouraged. And we also are developing some specific programs between composition classes and our students. So there are more interaction between actual living composers' creation with our student composers, but also with our teachers composers. And of course, I believe Susanna will be able to speak about this because Eric Tanguy is one of our teachers in École Normale de Musique composition class. These elements ensure that our students are not trained only for the past, but fully connected to the musical world of today. About careers and values, at the École Normale, we believe that a musician's education must go beyond virtuosity. Our responsibility is to prepare students for a sustainable career, a balanced artistic identity, a meaningful relationship with music and with audiences, and of course, also pedagogical life. For career preparation, advanced students receive support in preparing competition and auditions, building recital programs, developing artistic projects, working with orchestras. We recently had a concert of our chamber orchestra here in École Normale last Saturday, and 3 of our students could play with the orchestra Mozart concerto. Recording and communication skills are also provided. The artist diploma especially includes personal guidance toward professional life. We aim to cultivate qualities that sustain a long-term artistic journey, like creativity. Students are encouraged to propose programs, projects, and collaborations. Resilience. Through frequent public performances, students learn to manage pressure and to grow through experience. And human connection, chamber music, collaborations, and the intimate teacher-student relationship cultivate empathy and communication. Our goal is not only to produce excellent instrumentalists again, but to support all artists like Alfred Cortot wishes, musicians who are fruitful, expressive, curious, and capable of adapting to a rapidly changing world. To conclude, the École Normale de Musique de Paris offers a piano curriculum rooted in a strong artistic tradition, yet open to international perspectives and modern innovation. Its new structure, Bachelor Master Artist Diploma, provides clarity for students while expressing the school identity. A place where performance, mentorship, and artistic individuality play a central role. Above all, we aim to help young musicians to not only achieve professional success, but build a long life, meaningful, and human artistic path. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Marc-Antoine. And let's have Peter Mate speaking. He is from the Island University of the Arts. And thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Buongiorno. looking forward to meet you in Italy, Rovigo. Thank you for the invitations to this wonderful festival. And my colleague Erna Vala is unfortunately not with us today. She's somewhere traveling in Europe by plane between London and Vienna, I think. But we will meet in the end of the next week with our 4 students to Rovigo and enjoy the festival. Thank you again. So probably you don't know a lot about the Icelandic music life or pianism. So I prepared here some facts and put on a paper. So the music department where I'm teaching and I'm professor of the piano is a part of the Iceland University of the Arts, which is the university is a very young institution, only 25 years old, and has 7 departments like fine arts, architecture, and ballet and all these things. But as you know, Iceland is a very small country, and the whole population of Iceland is not more than twice Salzburg or Bolzano or Bologna. So the whole total number of students at the music department is about 150. And the instrumental part, which I have been some kind of coordinator or head of the instrumental performance in classical music, we are today 26 students. And of those, 12 are pianists, and the others are flutists, violinists, clarinet, accordion, and it is constantly changeable because the smallness of the country. It means 3 years ago the pianists were only 5, and we had 9 cellists, but today there is no cello at the academy, and we hope that in a few years it will be again a little bit more broadened. But of course, we are very happy to have 12 pianists. It is quite a big number for Iceland. And what to say? Yes, we have, of course, jazz education and vocal studies, church music studies, and composition. And we have emphasized the collaboration between these lines of study in our department. We have between the composition study students, and every semester or every term we are giving concerts where the composition students are working together with the instrumentalists and the vocal students, giving concerts of the newest music what was composed at the university. We have also every semester a special project week where it takes place about midpoint of each semester, and this means the regular teaching doesn't take place during this week, but students take part in intensive cross-disciplinary 1 week, like chamber music or symphony orchestra. Or just special guest from Alicante, Krista Molina, who gave improvisation courses for all the students. Then we have also once per year a special week where all students across all the departments of the university take part in a cross-disciplinary course of their choice. And it is usually for the 5th semester of the study. Actually, we have in a classical performance only bachelor studies because of the smallness, and usually all our students go for master
Peter, sometimes we have some problems with your
degree,
connection.
somewhere. But our trouble is that because of this, really, maybe I could, unstable network connection.
Yes, please.
I will go near to my,
because it's not always stable. Okay.
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 So the problem is that because we are so many students and we cannot provide the theoretical courses in English or in 2 languages. So everything is provided in Icelandic, and that's because we don't have many international students. Usually, we have some Erasmus students from all over Europe or the world, but usually the problem is the language. So 99% of our students are Icelandic. The piano department, however, is relatively large now, and the specialty is that we are 4 teachers, and we all share the studio, meaning that we split the teaching weeks between us, and we all teach the full cohort of students. So my colleague starts with first 5 weeks, and then I'm taking the table, and this is a very special collaboration. We have, of course, to trust each other and trust the students that they will take the different comments positively. And what is also very international in that department, that my colleagues, they are finished their studies in Paris, the one, and the other in New York, the third teacher in Helsinki, and I myself, I did my master in Prague many years ago. So this is a very special thing. Usually we have, of course, 1-to-1 lessons every week, 75 minutes private piano lesson. But every week we have also group classes or master classes. And these classes are also split between the 4 professors as well as Icelandic and international visiting professors. And just to say that in last 20 years, we had around more than 50 international guest teachers. And it is very special for that small Icelandic society. The chamber music is compulsory for all our students for all 3 years of bachelor, and usually they have in their final project or concert or recital are taking some chamber music pieces also. And yes, usually they have some 8 up to 10 weeks of chamber music for each semester. And the chamber groups, they can be divided between 2 or 3 teachers. So it means that if you're teaching a quartet or a piano quartet or piano trio, for a few weeks will the group work with a pianist, and the other weeks maybe with a string teacher. So it means that they will get a little bit more complex view and really very practical things, because of course the pianist not always can have the bowing on the strings and all these things. We have, of course, some kind of special projects, and each semester we have something to find out. So, for example, this semester we made a Mozart marathon, which means that all students taken one Mozart concerto first movement, and they written the pianist their own cadenza, and we had a concert just 2 days ago, and of course the students had been also partnered up to play the orchestra part for each other. So we made 12 concertos. In the next semester, a special project which includes collaboration with the vocal department, and we are doing probably French composers and the Debussy piano works. During the 3 years program, we emphasized the students learn some Icelandic repertoire, of course, and the history of classical music in Iceland. So also with this semester, just actually next Saturday, we organized a concert in the main church of Reykjavik with songs by Sveinbjörn Sveinbjörnsson, who was the first Icelandic romantic composer. The vocal studies are very great here in Iceland. Maybe you know that many of Icelandic singers are in operas in all over the world. That we have also a special festival for pianists every 3 years. It is a triennial, and our students can participate in Slagharpan Syngur, what is a festival. We made it the first edition a year ago, and we managed 9 concerts with only Icelandic piano works. International collaboration. So as I told you, we have a great net of international guest teachers and collaboration, and of course the Nordic countries we can reach easiest, Norway or Sweden or the Baltic countries. We have the most connections. This is a very special project. We call it Crossing Keyboards, and it was founded some 15 years ago at Ilya Ivari, who is main of at the head of the piano department in Tallinn at that time. And we are visiting each other with students and teachers. We made almost 6 visits to different music academies last 7 years, and of course vice versa. So we are welcome students and teachers from Latvia, from Helsinki, from Estonia, and also Sweden and Oslo in Norway. Last semester we went to Tallinn, Riga, and Helsinki, and the students play a concert every second day, and each teacher taught masterclasses as well. And the first time we got some kind of very similar collaboration with Modena. Pino Modugno, you probably know Italians, know him. He arrived last March from Modena, from Vecchi Tonelli, and with his students and colleagues. And maybe it isn't a secret that Roberto Proceda will come with his students in next January to Iceland. So we are looking forward to broaden our connection to Italy. Our students are also participating in various BIP. That for the pianist, this is the first one, what we are going to meet in Rovigo. But composers, they have been in connection with Bolzano and Budapest, the Liszt Academy, and cellists with Aarhus in Denmark and Tallinn in Estonia. Yeah, and what other things? Yes, we are very lucky that we can use the Erasmus project for the international collaboration, and this is of course greatly improving for the students and for the teachers also, and fantastic opportunity for the professional growth of young musicians. And yes, let's hope that the meeting in Rovigo will be fruitful. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you very much. And thank you for being so detailed in your projects. I really appreciate it. Let's have Andres Ozokins from the Iazepa Vitola Latvian Academy of Music. And sorry for my pronunciation. I hope I said it right.
Yes, you said it absolutely right. It is great to see all of you. Thank you very much for organizing this and for joining this roundtable today. It is really very interesting to listen to all the colleagues about their work in their academies. I will tell a little bit about Latvian Academy of Music. It is really as you said, it is important to focus on three important issues. So the first, curricula and identity. Um, uh, I can say that at our Jāzeps Vītols, Latvian Academy of Music, our curriculum is grounded in a long and rich tradition mostly, and it is, of course, also shaped with modern and open-minded pedagogical philosophy. The piano department here is one of the oldest and strongest pianistic schools in Baltic region, and historically it grew from dialogue between German, Russian, Polish, and Latvian musical traditions, and this, let's say, multicultural heritage still deeply embedded in our identity. I think it is really important that it provides students with technical foundation, a nuanced approach to sound and articulation, and very strong sense of awareness about the style of the music they're performing. And the curriculum is structured. We have 2 or 3 individual piano lessons per week. So it really allows a very intensive technical growth for students, and they're making progress in their repertoire, making wider and more different styles of music they play, and of course, and so they can gradually develop as an artist and find their very individual voice. And of course, students may specialize in solo piano performance, in piano accompaniment, in piano duet, and in chamber music. So this flexibility supports a holistic view of pianism. Alongside solo and chamber studies and accompaniment, very important are secondary subjects, because really we believe that modern pianist and modern musician must be able to collaborate, listen, adapt, and to be very well educated. So it is important also that our exams and all the repertoire students have to learn during 4 years of bachelor or masters are very varied, broad. I could say, so it's from Baroque to and classical to romantic and modern music. Of course, they have to play also a lot of Latvian composers' works. So this is really diversity, and it is reflection of our cultural identity, because, as I said, we have influence from different piano schools, and Latvia was always a meeting place for different traditions and like mirror for different teaching methods. So this encourage really a big stylistical versatility. Students participate in class concerts and recitals and chamber music evenings, and we really are very happy that they can perform a lot, not only exams but also concerts. And every year we have some very specific projects. This year it was music by Maurice Ravel, and students played a concert, and also our professors played one concert dedicated to piano works of this great French composer. And next year we're planning a big project for Mozart, again for students and also for professors. And hopefully we will be able to have a collaboration with orchestra, or at least with a string quartet, so we can have solo works by Mozart, and also his concerto performed by our students. So also we have a lot of exchange projects, and a lot of professors are visiting our academy, and I'm really very happy about it. So in this semester we had teachers from Switzerland and Sweden, from Finland and Iceland, and it is really something very good. And the presence of visiting professors also highlights our institutional identity as a European academy, which is in dialogue with multiple traditions. And I think that this exposure to different schools are really very important and very fruitful for our students. So about the Erasmus exchange projects, it is also very important that students can have a possibility for 1 year or for 1 semester, or in this BIP project for 1 week, to have 2 weeks, to have a possibility to study in different music academies. We had very successful BIP project last March, no, this year, in March, in Milan, a piano Conservatorio of Milano, and it was really very big event for our students. They were preparing for this, and they played a concert there, and they had lessons, and it was really very encouraging for all the students, because now in project in Rovigo, a different student will, another group of students will come, so they really have this kind of competition. But I hope that it is really very friendly and very fruitful for them to have more and more motivation for practicing and for studying and for making their piano performances more versatile, more sophisticated, and to be able to participate in these big and important events. And also, of course, it is very important that we have a lot of collaborations with composer department and with Latvian composers, living composers. We invite them to write piano music, and sometimes it is premiered by our students. A few years ago, it was this kind of concert, which is really something very interesting, and I hope next year it also will be chamber music with participation of students of our faculty. So we really encourage our students to be very interested in modern music written in 21st century, because of course they mostly want to play romantic music and classical Viennese classical music, but it is important to make their view of the world much wider, and to understand for them why contemporary music is so interesting and so important. And about the careers, I can say that one of the central ideas of our program is that pianists can follow and will follow a very unique professional path. And of course, not all students will become international soloists, and we do not measure success through that narrow lens. We prepare students to build really very meaningful and flexible, sustainable careers in many different areas of music world. And our graduates go to become soloists, chamber musicians, repetitors in opera and ballet, and teachers in different educational levels, institutions, in schools, in our academy, and so on. And also we encourage them to write music, to arrange music, and to become scholars and cultural managers. So it is really very wide possibilities for them. And we really support this diversity by offering strong practical experience within academy and collaboration with different faculties of our academy, so a student can choose what is the most interesting for him or her. Many students began gaining professional experience already during their bachelor studies and also master studies, of course. And as Marc-Antoine said very, very precisely, technical excellence is really cornerstone and very important, but it is not everything that it is needed, but also balanced and creative way of viewing your student's career is the most important thing. And we really encourage students to develop their own artistic language in piano playing and artistic image in their work, so they can think both rational and analytically, and also emotional, and be very versatile and flexible in stylistic context, and so on and so on. So this is very important, and also it is important that we give students a lot of possibilities to teach, to practice this skill, which of course is very close to being a musician, but also you have to use your words and to use psychology and use a lot of tools to work with students, and they can work with students from music schools, so very children 10, 11, 12 years old, and also we have possibilities, so masters students can work with bachelor students, so it is really also important for them to have a different perspective of how the work of a piano teacher, piano pedagogue is made with different ages and with different skill and different level of preparation of the students. So it is really important thing that we think it's really necessary for them to know and understand. So ultimately, our goal is to cultivate not only a skillful performer, but a very thoughtful and open-minded and ethically aware artist and musician who understand the cultural value of their work and who are really capable of contributing positively to society, to our society, local society, and to international society. And I really think that student participation in your beautiful festival will be very important event for them, and it will give them a very big motivation, and it will give them very broad picture of how musician life is now, a contemporary musician, artist, and performer. And I think it is really something very amazing, and I hope that it will be very fruitful for teachers and students, and I really wish you a very great success for these 2 weeks.
Thank you, Andres, and thanks for making this point about flexibility, how a pianist should be flexible nowadays and embrace so many different tasks. So now let's have Julia Sadaunikaite from Vytautas Magnus University Music Academy from Lithuania. And thanks for joining us, Julia.
Thank you, Sabrina. I'm very happy. And it's a great pleasure for me to be among these fantastic people. So I'm very happy to meet you all. And I'm happy to represent the academy that I teach at. So the academy that I teach at belongs to a big university in Lithuania, which is called Vytautas Magnus University. It's actually the first university that was established in independent Lithuania, which was in 1922. During the Soviet times, it was closed and reopened again, if I'm not mistaken, in 1990. So basically, the university has the history, but it's still young. And the academy has become a part of it only in 2013. So it's a very fresh and new institution that I am currently working at. there is one very special thing about the university and the university's attitude towards students that I'd like to share with you. So in the university, students are allowed to have the major subject and the minor studies. So for example, a pianist can study piano as a major thing and also study political science at the university, or study, I don't know, law or biology. The university is based on the artes liberales principle, and students are allowed to elect their courses. So they elect the courses. They also schedule their timetables. They're free to choose when they have their subjects. So this is the freedom that university gives them, and also their responsibility, and also I think the tool that allows them to feel very responsible and towards creating their future, whatever that can be. Speaking about the Music Academy, as a faculty of the university, it is much more traditional. We have the 4 years of bachelor studies and 2 years of master studies. Everything, by the way, in both in university and in Music Academy can be taught in 2 languages, and all courses can be taken both in Lithuanian and in English. But in Music Academy, we have some obligatory courses, and these are solfeggio, music theory, music history. This is something that has been always very important to Lithuanian music students, because this is what we were taught at music schools. We always had solfeggio, music theory, and music history, and we continue the same tradition to higher education level. And yes, and so we have these obligatory courses. And here comes a problem, because when we have international students coming to our university, and many of them are from Asian countries, we immediately deal with some problems in the field of solfeggio and harmony. And then we have, and we're balancing at the moment how to deal with the number of the Asian study students, and the need to somehow encourage them to accept and understand our teaching way, and our importance on harmonic understanding and on solfeggio. Yes. Speaking about our basically repertoire plan, it's also very structured. So every semester we have 2 exams with very particular program that students need to prepare. And the core idea behind that is that basically a student must always play a virtuoso piece and a Bach piece. And this is so that we constantly develop the 2 skills, plus something else, whatever the additional thing might be. But this is the core, somehow the core understanding that these must be the fundamental things to include in every exam, in every exam. Speaking about the internalization in the university, we feel quite international, I think most of the time inside the university, because we do have at the moment quite a lot of students coming from Asian countries. And I think that they learn from us as we learn from them. And we do face the challenges so do they, I'm certain. And we also try to collaborate with different academies to actually to give our students a sense of internationalization at home very much. And for example, last year we had a very nice project with the Copenhagen Music Academy and the Norway Music Academy. It was the birth anniversary of Leopold Godowski, who was born in Lithuania. And so we had several concerts for Godowski, of Godowski's music, and we made those concerts with our friends from both of those academies, Norway and Copenhagen. And we also had master classes with professors from there, and I think it was overall a great experience, and students enjoyed that so much. So did we, the teachers. And I think it was such a great example of how actually collaboration works, and how actually we can give so many things, so many beautiful ideas and great experiences and knowledge to each other so easily. And seemed like effortlessly. So yes, so this is about the international projects. And the last question, it was the toughest one, about career and values, because I think that this musical way cannot be separate from any other way. So the way we prepare every person, the way we prepare every kid or every, I don't know, every student in any other different field, the way we prepare musicians, I think it's the core values are all the same for all humans and all in all subjects, in all ways. And so so maybe that's my bad answer, but I believe that what I tell my students and what my colleagues that I truly admire say to their students, I think is just try to have the best quality in everything what you do. We try to be as open as we can and fulfill them with everything we know, and to create more possibilities for them to get knowledge from other people, and find the path. And with finding the path, I think nowadays it's so the path is so unknown. What can help a person to to start a fantastic career? Sometimes it might be a very successful recording that one makes. Sometimes it can be a successful or not successful competition that somebody takes part in. So we don't know the ways. I don't know the way. If somebody does, please tell me. But I don't know the way. But I think the core idea, the basic element is that we try to ignite the curiosity in playing, curiosity in music, curiosity in life itself, and love for what you do, understanding and true dedication to that. So that might be a very cliche answer. If it is, forgive me. But yes, so this is what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. And yes, you brought up one common problem, which is having all these students coming from Asia, which poses us a problem with language and how we communicate with them. So this is a big problem that we are facing nowadays. And all the other things that we are saying, they can sound cliche, but those are the human things that all of us are, you know, dealing with, and when we do music education. And I hope that our students that are connected today will somehow see that we are also human. and that music is made by human beings. So this is an important task. So let's have now Desiree Scucuglia from our conservatory. And she's my colleague here.
We are colleagues. Okay. Good morning, I'm Desiree. I'm very happy to meet you, even if only online for now. First of all, I would like to thank my friend Sabrina for the fantastic work she has done to make it happen, and for choosing to share this wonderful project with me and my colleagues. I'm very happy and honored to introduce the piano department of the Francesco Venezia Conservatory in Rovigo, where I'm proud to teach. Over the last few days, thinking and reflecting on my 3 years of teaching at the Rovigo Piano Faculty, I've written down some thoughts that I believe represent the objective, the spirit of our department, and now I'll share them with you. I'll try to do my best. Our institution has grown significantly in recent years, not only in numbers, but also in artistic quality and international visibility. An important step has been the creation of the postmaster degree program, Play and Rec, which has given our department a strong profile in the artistic and academic world. The master was created and is directed by our colleague, Maestro Roberto Proceda. More recently, the introduction of doctoral studies has expanded our mission to include research at the highest level. What truly defines our identity is the richness of traditions represented within our faculty. We carry forward the heritage of the Italian piano schools, Neapolitan and Roman piano schools, which are deeply rooted in our teaching. Yet, while the rigorous technical foundations of these schools provide a solid basis, they are not and must never become a limitation. On the contrary, they serve as a platform from which our students can explore new repertoires, can try different approaches, and develop their own artistic voice. At the same time, we are committed to opening our doors to new perspectives. For example, we welcome students from China and from other countries, and we see it as our responsibility to integrate them into a cultural context that fosters exchange and dialogue. Although ASEAN students often come from cultural backgrounds that may seem distant, we actively encourage them to experience our traditions in order to deepen their understanding of Western classical music. We create a session where all students can meet, share, and learn together, because we believe that music education is not only about individual progress, but about collective growth. Initiatives such as this BIP are essential. They allow our students to study with professors abroad, while we in turn teach the students of our partner institutions. This year, for instance, a delegation of our students traveled to the École Normale de Musique in Paris, together with me and Sabrina, and a similar exchange took place with Beijing Conservatory, with our colleagues Roberto Proceda and Federico Nicoletta. This experience strengthened the sense of belonging to a wider community and helped our students to see themselves as part of an international dialogue. We are also reshaping our curriculum to reflect this spirit of collaboration. We want that chamber music and piano duo become central elements, not only as a complementary skills, but as a foundation for dialogue and mutual growth. In addition, we are strongly engaged in the promotion of Italian music. Our students regularly perform works by Italian composers. The postgraduate master's degree focuses on Italian music, as do our doctoral programs. We have made recordings for labels and television broadcasts, all focusing on Italian piano music. This is not only an artistic choice, but also a cultural and social one. We want our students to understand that repertoire is a living field, open to voices that have been overlooked, and that diversity enriches our musical culture. We believe that pianists must be connected to the world around them. This is why we are launching a project on climate change in collaboration with Italian and international universities to show that musicians are not isolated from social issues, but can be active participants in society. We are also exploring how new technologies can be integrated in our teaching, opening new possibilities for creativity and communication. Finally, we are aware that not all of our students will pursue a soloist career or win competitions. For these reasons, we design curricula that combine traditional repertoire with opportunities to develop broader skills, organizing events, writing about music, engaging with audiences, and discovering different ways to live a meaningful artistic life. I think our mission is to provide continuity in education from the first steps to advanced research, while cultivating individuality, open-mindedness, and responsibility. I think it's important for our students and the ways for us to constantly cultivate empathy, listening, and sharing, so that young people feel like a conscious part of a living community in which music is the glue, and where music is not only performed, but shared, conceived, or invented always together. Thank you all.
Thank you, Desiree. And now we have a speech from Valencia. And let's have Vicent Sanchez Caparros talking and Oscar Oliver. And they are both from the Conservatorio Joaquin Rodrigo of Valencia. Thank you very much.
Hi, everybody. It's very nice to have you here and that you have us here in the project. I'm Vicent. I'm the Erasmus, the international coordinator in Valencia. I'm not in the piano department, so I cannot say lots about that. But I can say that we are the largest conservatoire in Spain in number of Erasmus mobilities. We double our budget to the second in Spain, so it's really big. We don't have so many students, but we have a lot of projects and we do a lot of things and lots of mobilities and stuff. Okay, so I don't know why. I think it's because Valencia it's a very open city, and so we welcome everybody here. So you are all more than welcome to come. And we are really thankful for the participation in this project. I have some experience with organizing BIPs. And I can tell you it's a lot of work. So Sabrina, thank you very much. You're doing a fantastic job. Great. Thank you. And looking forward to visiting you in a couple of weeks. I can't go, but our students will go. Our students here in the department, we have a big variation of students. We accept students from all over Europe. We have right now, I think we have like 4 students from outside Spain who are studying here in Valencia. And we also have traineeships. We have the possibility to do traineeships here in Valencia as well. And we have some students also doing traineeships in other countries in Europe. We have all kinds of education of repertoire here in Valencia. We do from traditional to more contemporary music. Also, chamber music is so important here. So we do all these things. And well, not much more that I can say really about the department. I don't know if Oscar wants to say something or not, but we really want to thank you for the participation in this project, Sabrina. I don't know if you want to know anything else or.
Thank you very much. And if Oliver wants to say something, Oscar wants to say something about the Valencia.
Hello to everyone. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you to Rovigo's Conservatory. It's a pleasure, and well, I'm sorry, but I I prefer listen today because really I'm not enough time here in our conservatory, and I prefer listen.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's have Susanna say something, since she's so involved about contemporary music, and I want her to say something more about the experience of contemporary music at the École.
Okay, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. I'm very sorry, I'm not traveling now, and so I hope there's not too much noise. Yeah, so first of all, thank you very much for this invitation. I'm very glad and honored to be among these distinguished colleagues. And of course, Marc-Antoine has been already very detailed about the school. So speaking about contemporary music, yes, well, there's my own experience, and yes, Marc-Antoine already divulged the secret notes in quotation marks about some of the musicians. Eric Tanguy, well-known French composer and also teacher at the school, is my husband. So I have worked a lot with him, but also with other composers. So I think what drove me as a young student to contemporary music, coming from a very traditional schooling, actually, was the curiosity. So I think that's the key issue with the students. I think about any repertoire really to look for new opportunities. And indeed, there is a composition department with three wonderful professors at the École Normale. So we are trying to encourage the students to play the works, of course, of these composition students, first of all. And also, for example, recently, a new and very dynamic ensemble in Paris called Ensemble Atmosphère, who specializes on 20th and 21st century music. They reached out to the École Normale and to the piano professors to send students to participate in those repertoires, in chamber music or also in the ensemble, so part of the ensemble. And I very much join the statements of my colleagues before that. Pianists have to have all kinds of faces, and I think I was one of the first professors to encourage my students to take part in it. One of them already played in the beginning of the year, and another one is going to play later in the year, because I think indeed there's no one career path, and I would like to emphasize that to the students that music making and, well, careers or whichever path we choose as musicians are about human people, human connections, just like we are here. We are exchanging ideas. So as performance, we play for audiences, that's other human beings, but we also organize things with other human beings and its connections. We play chamber music with other human beings. So the fact of, like, just as Sabrina mentioned at the beginning, of being individualistic, mostly as pianists, which is very easy to do, is really, to me, a wrong path. And I don't think it leads to any successful or any fulfilled life at any rate. So I think opening up to contemporary music is one of the facets, and also the international exchanges. I wanted just to mention briefly one project that is close to me in particular. So the team of the École Normale, not only Marc-Antoine, but Muriel Hurel, who is the head of the school, is a very dynamic team that is also one of the pleasures of being part of the staff. And she's very open to exchanges, but she's also very open to proposals of artistic proposals for the students by professors. And we are launching in February 2027 a weekend, well, 2 or 3 days, the list days. So a master classes for students in collaboration between École Normale and the Liszt Academy in Budapest, who is also going to participate, but open for all of other students too, specifically on the Liszt repertoire, which I have been preoccupied myself for a few years now, but also because Liz lived in Paris for some time, and there's no actual thematic event on that, funnily enough, in the city. And Ecole Normale is a great partner of this. So it's not yet officially announced, but I will be happy to share this with all of you in case your students would like to join us for this event with concerts, master classes, the visit of where Liszt lived in Paris, a very secret guided visit. So we are trying to have a full experience. So anyway, I was very, very pleased to be part of it. And thank you very much. And the great success for the Piano Festival. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Susanna. Now, if any of you wants to add something to the topics, you are all welcome to. If not, I leave the word to Federico Nicoletta, which is our head of our department, and he's here.
Good morning, and thank you for being with us. It's a true pleasure and honor for me to represent this fantastic group of colleagues and to meet you also, if for now only virtually, but hopefully all of you in person. And I took some notes while you were showing the activities of your conservatory, just because something is a good idea for our next month and years. And I'd like just to illustrate some things that we did in the last 2 years or 3 years, and what we have planned to do in the next few months. We have, as Desiree told before me, we have different programs. There is a program that is dedicated to the academic student, then a postgraduate program, and then a doctoral program. And of course, there is a synergy between these programs. And for example, we have many master classes that are dedicated to all the students, but also some master classes that are dedicated just to one of these programs. In last years, we had master classes from people like Boris Berman and Luisa Da and John Rink, Bruno St. John. In the next month, we have planned masterclass of Pavel Gilov, Benedetto Lupo, and Robert Levin in next October, and Enrico Pace, and many others. And these masterclasses are dedicated to every aspect of piano music, and just to enrich our perspective, both in the technical way of approaching piece and in the emotional way, because it is strange, but while you were talking, I was thinking that there is a great cliche about Italians as noisy and loud people, and pizza and mandolino. But it's strange because with the piano, probably we are known for the opposite reason, because, for example, the most representative pianists of Italy, like Maurizio Polini and Arturo Benedetti Michelangeli and Aldo Ciccolini, are known not for the let's say, expressive way of playing, but for their rigor, for their refinement, and for their formal attention. So it's strange. I was asking while you were talking why it is in this way. Probably we could say that is a reaction to the Dionysiac way of approaching the other form of our art, that is the operatic way, because also in the musical world of our composer, there was always this double way of doing things. And this is also the great reason that we are dedicating ourselves to the Italian piano music, because it is often a reaction to of the composers that dedicated to the instrumental music, to their colleagues that were into the opera repertoire. And of course, this too is a cliche, is probably a generalization that is not completely correct. But I think that through our contamination has a rather negative meaning in English, is cross-fertilization of our exchange. I think that we could also think again on our way to approaching music, also as Italian pianist. I don't know if the national style of playing has some meaning in the era of YouTube video and masterclass that you can take in the entire world. But probably there is something connected still with our roots. So it is very important, this exchange. So just some other practical things that we realized in these years. For example, for this postgraduate program that is dedicated to the recording, the name is Play and Rec. We have realized many recordings for the record label Brilliant Classics. Last year we invited Peter Van Winkel, that is the director of this record label, and he auditioned the students of this program, and he chose somebody that could record for this label, and they of course had already chosen the repertoire that was all, as Desiree told before me, dedicated to the Italian piano composer. Many of them you probably don't have ever heard the name. For example, Rendano, or in the Giustini, but others that are famous also for other repertoire, not for piano, for example, Castelnuovo Tedesco. And we are recording also the complete recording of Clementi sonatas for Brilliant, and the complete Castelnuovo Tedesco for piano, that was first a program of our postgraduate student that is now in our doctorate program. In this postgraduate program, they have also a connection with a career advisor and artistic directors that come here for the audition. Also because you can see probably in this video a little bit of our auditorium, and here we have a professional studio recording equipment that allows us to make here the CD. And yes, in addition to that, we collaborate with many orchestras and conductors. Just a few days ago, we did an audition for six concerts for piano and orchestra. Just 3 concerts were auditioned: the Grieg concert, the Chopin First, and Rhapsody in Blue. And last year we had the Rachmaninoff 2, and probably we will have 2 more in next few months. So it's a great opportunity, of course, for our students to play with orchestras and to experience also the relationship with conductor and with something like chamber music, but bigger, because of course the rehearsals are not so few as in the professional life, but a little bit more, hopefully. And yes, we have here also this clavier, Yamaha this clavier, that enables us also to have these remote lessons. I think that also some of you has it. And yes, this could be a discussion just to use it in the next future. And yes, for example, last year we had also as connection with composers and with some personalities of musical world. We had here Michele Marvulli, that was a close collaborator of Nino Rota. In next few months, we will have also Marcello Pane, that was in contact with Stravinsky and in the meet. So we are trying also to connect with composers that can write and show also the new musical trends, and we dedicated to the Italian composers not that are dead, okay? But now it's also time to dedicate to the Italian composers that are still alive, and this will be the program of next year. And just some few things, and yes, our doctoral program is dedicated to the Italian piano music too, and it attracted many students from all over the world. We have Canadian, we have a Mexican, and for this year we have some candidates from Russia, and they had a lot of international experience and won many big competitions, some prize winner in Sydney competition, Tchaikovsky competition, and Beethoven competition in Bonn. So it's an honor for us, of course, to have also students of that level that could stimulate and exchange their experience with our students of the other programs. So thank you again for accepting to stay in this program with us. Thank you to Sabrina for arranging all of that, and I'm looking forward to see you here in person.
I don't know if you want to say anything else or add something. I really enjoyed it to having you all and talking about peculiarities of each school. I really look forward to meet you in person and to talk about common problems and common way to share our musical thoughts and our pedagogy and to somehow to find also a common way to have our students give life to their music. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day, and see you very soon in Rovigo. Ciao.
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 Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you.